run right out of that song. He just Tucker, whenever that song's over, just open it up.
Yeah, because I can't look at the
In other words, whenever that music's over, tell Tucker to intro the show because I don't have a monitor that signal.
Steve, you want me to start off on a 2 or a single?
I'll just go to 2
He'll
until we know where we're going.
hear
and
me
come
in his
down.
headphones
We're
once
talking.
we go
Alright,
live
cool.
on air.
Anything we should try to avoid?
Check your,
Yeah, once we go live, we'll come through your headphones.
It's a little soft on the wire. So.
Oh, Tucker. Way too much technology for Tucker. First time Tucker's intro of the show. Last up.
No, not the first time.
He's got some experience.
Mark, can you look at your lab there? I'm getting some noise off it.
Yeah, well,
Big time.
You want to just do brief talk.
Huh?
You don't feel like you want to do some brief talk. I mean, we're rolling, so
Okay.
whatever you want to get,
Alright.
you guys have talked all that before this starts. We're
Oh,
in the
yeah.
break.
How many minutes we got left? 1 minute.
So you sure we're gonna have audio this time?
Yeah, we got.
And the last time there was Roscoe?
No, we was on it. Tucker wasn't on.
That's good. Only one in the studio. I've got several things I'm gonna bring up, so.
So Will's got a sheet, he's got several things he's gonna bring up, but he has not told me about what he's gonna bring
Yes,
up.
He
hey,
didn't told me either.
I'm testing your professional ability here. I've got, Thanksgiving, boat keel, aluminum siding.
Aluminum siding.
Not your shadow.
Okay. Huh?
Harness is running at 60 feet.
That's the only thing we can get to take that.
Okay.
Dale's got his philosophy on mowing.
Yes, we are here. How are y'all doing tonight? It's Commanding the Outdoors. I'm Country Boy Mark Porter, and we are broadcasting live from West Monroe, Louisiana. We are here at Fields once again. Seems like about this time last year, or actually a week later, we were here same time last year doing this show.
That's exactly right. Nice to have you. Welcome.
Well, I appreciate it. Fields, always a pleasure.
Hey, no problem. I noticed Porter, Will, he hits these visits about when Thanksgiving come along with Kay. Kay got a big pork roast and dumplings, you know.
See, he's been talking about in the show about Miss Kay's cooking way too much, so I had to go ahead and make a trip.
So a northwest wind was blowing that down to Porter, and he got out of Natchez and started heading north.
I got wind of it. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we always got something cooking out there.
Big, big sigh this morning. Kate fried us up a bunch of sausages last night. First biscuits and stuff, she had them in a bag. Si got to the blind this morning. He had the bag. He never brought it up. He and Godwin down there eating out of the bag. Never mentioned it. I forgot about it. So what's left of them is still up under where they were seated down there. That's a bad thing to do to a bunch of duck hunters.
That's a good way to get fired.
More than the grub, that's what you get still when I'm around here.
Way to get fired.
You know, I ended up with them old sardines myself, old King Oscar sardines, pretty good, Porter.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, let's talk about opening weekend of duck season. Phil, tell us a little bit about what you've seen over here. Y'all been riding the dog.
Well, we're all mad at the Weather Channel because they promised a northwest wind. I think actually it was a northwest wind, but the blind we chose to go in because of the shape of it and the terrain, what the ducks they wouldn't cut in there, and in other words, it was just a bad setup. The wind was blowing too much into us. We thought it'd be further out to the left, so that was kind of a miscue. But compared to the last few years, I would say we're off to a pretty brisk little pace for Louisiana, you know.
Yeah.
Mark, we've had since January to figure out where we're going to set up in November. We started out with this.
Had 9
What
months.
does that mean? We had 9 months to figure it out.
9 months to figure it out, but it's one of them deals where we said, boys, if we had been just right down there, there's no telling what we'd have done. Well, we didn't want to stop, move the decoy. We finally did get around to that, but we ended up with about 12, 13 ducks. But I've had worse.
Well, you know, the thing is leading up to, like you said, you know, scouting places out for 9 months prior to the season. I did the same thing, and I found some great places to hunt at. And then here comes the hurricane, and of course, one of the places, one of the levee systems busted and ran most of the water out. So I still was able to get into one of those places open in the morning, but you know, push poling in there for about an hour. Whenever you did bring a mud motor and all, you got an regular outboard, where you push poling in there for about an hour, and you see mud just pushing up, turning up on the sides of the boat, and you're wondering, is it really worth this? And then you get in the hole and you realize, yes, it is. Because that morning we saw more ducks in the area where we were hunting out of Shad Lake, which is a part of Dewey Wills Management Area out of Louisiana, and saw a bunch of ducks. And you know, we probably could have killed our limit a little earlier in the day, but we saw a lot of the ducks flying high, and it wasn't until a little later on, like after 8:30, 9 o'clock, whenever we started seeing some of the bigger groups come down and come in to the decoys. But we saw more ducks open day than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, how much shooting was around you?
It wasn't a whole bunch of shooting.
So y'all had pretty well had the hot hand.
Yeah.
That pushing up that mud, pull that off for you.
Yeah.
The rest of them wasn't up to the challenge there for it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it took all I had putting them arms into it, pushing that. Talking about a 16-foot boat that's 76 inches wide. You know, that's a lot of boat, especially with me in it. That's a lot of boat and men to push.
Hey, I got a boat for you to come in. Opening morning, I came in a half pirogue. I had about 4 feet of boat.
And a half.
I want to see you.
You talking about one of the things that you put on like a table or something?
I paddled up in that opening morning.
About
Let's put a
9:30.
bet on it, and then we'll do it.
Yeah. In other words, you think about a whole pirogue, which is about a 12 footer. They cut it in half and put a back on it. The guys with Pawpaw pirogue, and Will. There was a text message. I'm not a computer buff, but somebody around there had one. They said, Will said, according to, because of a number of unfortunate...
Series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, a series of unfortunate events. I'm on my way, but give me some time. 9:30, we look way down the lake, and I see this man coming across the water, and we're wondering what he's in. I said, it's not a pirogue, but he had about a 1/4 inch of freeboard coming up through that. He'd go right and he'd go left. He'd go right and he'd go left. So I saw him, old Will went about 2:30.
Easy.
He's in a half pirogue. And I said, I didn't even know it's possible for a man to ride that thing. He made it.
I got in.
Why don't you just wait out there?
Nah, I had to make a shot. I didn't want to walk. I wanted to figure out some way.
You wanted to figure out an easier way.
You got to have some balance. You want to bet on it? I'll put some money on it right now. I want to see you get in that thing.
Hey,
You wouldn't last 20 seconds.
hey, if I last 21 though, you owe me.
I will pay the man his money.
Will, I'm looking at you and I'm looking at Porter. Trust me, way too much man on that boat there.
I give him 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
I'll go 8 seconds.